Hi everyone, welcome back to Master Excel. Today we've got a question sent in by Claire. Claire has a table similar to what we have here, and in column B she would like the cell to highlight if two criteria are met. First one is if the date value in column A is greater than 3 months, and the value in column B says no. So we're going to add some conditioning formatting to get this done. The first thing we're going to do is add some data validation in these cells, just a simple drop down yes or no list. So first set up our source, yes, no, highlight the cells and click on the data tab, data validation. We require a list and our source is going to be the yes no values here. Press enter and OK, and data validation is now added to these cells. The next thing we need to do is add some conditional formatting. So click on the home tab, make sure the B2 cell is highlighted, click on the home tab, conditional formatting and new rule. Now we're going to require a formula for this conditional formatting, so click on the bottom option, use the formula, and our formula is going to read, first of all we need two criteria, so we're going to use the AND function, so equals AND, open brackets, and the first part of our criteria is we require to ask Excel, does the date value in column A, is it greater than 3 months? To find this we're going to use the date diff function. If you're not familiar with the date diff function, we've got a full topic on it on the website. I'll leave a link below and you can click on it and find out more about the date diff function. So we're going to use date diff, open brackets, and the date value we require to check is in cell A2. Now we're going to leave this open, we're not going to close this off because we are going to just be calculating the one column, and we're going to fill it down, so this will enable us to fill the formula down. We will go back at the end of the video and I'll show you how to highlight the whole row, which requires locking off some columns. So the date value is in cell A2, let me see, comma. To get the current date we're going to use the today function, so it's today, open brackets, close brackets, which is going to take the current date, and we require to calculate in months, so I'm going to add an M here, close the brackets, which is going to close off the date diff function. Now we want to know, is that value greater than 3 complete months? That's our first criteria. Our second criteria simply is, does the cell value in B2 equal no? So say B2, is it equal to the value no? And that's close off our AND function, and that's our formula. The format we're going to add, we'll simply bold, make the font white, and we'll fill it red. Okay, and just click OK. Now if this value, I'm recording this video on the 17th of August 2013, so this value is greater than 3 months. If we put no in here, then it's going to, our two criteria have been met, so it's going to highlight the cell. If we click yes, the two criteria, even though this is greater than 3 months, the second part of the criteria hasn't been met, so the conditional formatting isn't applied. Now to apply this to the other cells, you just, because we left the cell references open in the formula, this will just simply fill down. If we delete these formulas, and again this value is greater than 3 months. If this was no, then the conditional format is going to be applied. This date here is not greater than the current date, it's greater than 3 months from the current date, so if we select no here, the conditional formatting isn't going to be applied because two criteria haven't been met. So we now have our data validation here. Now this highlights just the cell in column B. If you wanted to highlight the whole row, you just simply adjust the formula slightly. So we highlight any of the cells, into conditional formatting and manage rules. Now if we say edit the formula, because we're going to spread it across multiple columns, we're going to lock the column A and column B, which we're going to leave the rows open to fill down, but we don't want the columns to fill across, so we're going to lock them off. Click OK. Applies to cells, and we're going to expand that to our whole table. Press enter, click OK, and you can see that now highlights the whole column. If we were to change that to a yes, two criteria are not met anymore, so the conditional format is not applied, and it applies to the whole row rather than just the one cell now. Okay, that's us solution for Claire for our highlighting requiring two criteria in a conditional formatting. I'll see you again soon from Master Excel.